Welcome to video lecture. Myself G. Vasundhara Devi from CSE department from Madanapalle Institute of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about control statements in C. What are control statements? Types of control statements, decision making control statements. In decision control statements, if statement, else statement, else if statements are there. Then moving to the next, what are control statements? What are what are control statements? Control statements. Why we need to have a control statements in a programming language is nothing but if you have any condition in the programming or any repeated work we have to do it or we have to jump from one place to another place, how can we do all this is with the help of the control statements in any programming language, not only in C, everywhere in a programming language like a C, Java, Python or everywhere we will use it like a control statements. This is how the importance of a control statements in any programming language. We have any conditions that we want to use it in a programming language or repeatedly we want to write it any statement for 10 to 15 minutes, then how can we use it? Or otherwise I want to jump it from first step to second step or second step to fifth step. How can we do it is with the help of the control statements. This is what the why we are using control statements in C. Then next we will see it what are the types of control statements in C. What are the types of control statements in C is categorized into three types. The first type is like a branching statement and the second one is like a iterative statement and third is the jump statement. The three categories in any programming language, the control statements was categorized. One is like a branch statement and second one is iterative and third one is a jump statement. Coming to the first one, what is a branch statement or selection statements? If you have any conditions, if you want to apply in a programming language, we will use it like a branch statements, nothing but a selection statements, or we can call it as a condition. How can we apply a condition? Is nothing but we will use it like a selection statements or a branch statements. In a branch statements, again, it is used like a if else if or ladder if. So what are all these if else and else if is nothing but these are the keywords in a programming language. Coming to the next one is like a iterative statement. Iterative itself, it is saying that it is a like a looping or repeatedly if we want to do anything we will use it like a iterative statement. What are iterative statements in the C is nothing but like a for loop, a while loop, and a do while. It is a three categories. We can use it any one of the loop, and we can do it that flow of a program. Like coming for a jump statements, I told just before itself we want to move it from third step to fourth step or fourth step to 10th steps. How can we do it in a programming language is nothing but we'll use it like a jump statement. But the jump statements are the break, continue and go to. There are three like a break, continue and go to statements are there. Yeah, these are the three types of a control statements. Then coming for the first one is nothing but conditional branching statements in C. What are conditional branching? Just now I told the first category in a control statements are a branching statement or a selection statements. So why to use like a control statements or a branching statements is nothing but how we are writing a condition in a English. In a English, then how can we write it in a programming language? So whatever we are talking, whatever we are doing, then how can we convert all these things into a programming language? It's a impossible, but it's not a impossible. It's easy by using like a control statements. In a control statements, we have three categories. I told before itself, and now coming to the conditional branching is nothing but if we have any conditions in any programming, like how we will use it, how can we write it, how to write that condition is nothing but with the help of a conditional branching we can use it. Okay, now how we will use it is a if statement, else statement, else if statement, or a switch statement. What are all? Why anyone have that fear of like why to use it like a if? What is a if? What is a else? What is else if? What is a switch? These are all the keywords. They have written one syntax for it. We can just use it. If you have a condition to use it in a programming, we use like a if statement. So if statement, what is a if statement? What is a if statement? If statement is used to execute a specific block of code if a certain condition is evaluated to be true. So when a condition is true, then we will use it like a if statement. Only if a condition is true, then we will use it like a if statement. If of a condition. So what is in the statement itself, it is saying that the statement is execute to a specific block of code. What is a block of code? What is the code we are writing in the curly braces? That is call it as a block of code. Then coming for a condition, condition may be like a operators. We can use it like a relational operators or conditional operators, or like a arithmetic operators. We can use it, and if it was evaluated to be true, then the if statement will be executed. Just we will see it. What is the syntax of a if? So here is the syntax of a if statement. How it was very simple to write the syntax of a if statement in C. Like here the if of a condition should be there. That just now I have said that if a condition is true, then only the if statement will be evaluated. So here as a if of a condition. So coming to the condition, I will say you how to write that conditions. Okay, specified evaluated to be true. So I said you before itself, like if a statement will be true, if a statement is true, then what it has to be executed. So what is there? What is there in the curly brackets? Like a curly braces, two are there. One is open and one is a closed one. Whatever the code you are writing in there, that is called it as a block of code. So left, this is the flowchart how it is going to be evaluated. If of a expression, if an expression is true, then it is going to be executed that a set of statements what is present in the curly braces. If it was false, then it is going to rest of the code which was outside of the curly braces. This is what a simple syntax for a if statement. Then coming for the flow, how it will be flow. This is a simple example for a if statement. If of a condition, if a condition is true, what it will happen? If a condition is false, what it is going to be happen? If see it here, I have written a some of the few lines of a code. N is equal to 15, and if n is less than 20, so what it will be happen? 15 is less than 20. Is it right or wrong? So 15 is always less than 20. So where it is going to be? The arrow mark is showing that the code what is present in the curly braces, that is going to be executed. This is what that if condition will say. Only if the condition is true, then only if statements will be executed. Then coming for the next one is if a condition is false, where it will go it. See now in 10 is equal to 15 I have written if n of n is greater than 20. So obviously 15 is not greater than 20. So where it will go? Where it will go to the flow is nothing but it will never enter into the curly braces. It will go out of that curly braces, and if we have written any statements outside that curly braces, it is going to be executed. This is what the flow of a if statement. See, coming for the syntax itself, it is saying that if of a condition. See that a flowchart how it is working. If of a expression may be any arithmetic operators or relational operators or anything else. We can write it in the form of an expression. Okay, now if the expression was true, then where it will go? It will go to the statements which was true. So I am stressing that is a true, because if the expression is true, only then it will go to the statements. If the condition is false, where it will go is nothing but it will come out of that curly braces. Okay, now then I have said that what is the code we have written here. The curly braces. This was the starting curly braces and this was the curly braces where it is going to be end. So this is what is the code we are going to write it here, that is call it as a if block statement. If block statement. So these statements will be executed. Coming to the next slide, here it was like a n of n is equal to 15. N was 15. So here the n is equal to 15, and here the condition what I have written is nothing but I have used like a relational operators. Relational operator is like a greater than symbol or less than symbol or equal to comparison operator that will come under the relational operators. So n less than 20. What is n value is 15. You have to substitute in the n place like a 15 and has to compare with the 20. So 15 less than 20, it was true. Then where it will go? What is the statement we have written in the curly braces? There it will go. There it will go, and this set of statements will be executed. That is what if a condition is true. Then coming if a condition is false, what it will happen? See, suppose now n is equal to 15 and the condition what I have written is like a greater than symbol. I am going to use it. 15, you substitute instead of a n place 15. 15 greater than 20. Obviously it was false. So where it will go? It will never enter into the curly braces. So where it will go? It will enter into the what is the statements we have written outside of the curly braces. There here it will end it that the curly braces means that if statement block was terminated and ended or ended. So out of that, what are the statements we have written that will be executed. This is what the syntax and what is the flow of a if statement. Then we will see it one example with the how the if statement will be executed in a C programming language. Yeah, I have explained about the syntax of a if statement. Then how to execute a C program in any platform is nothing but we have so many platforms. How can we execute is nothing but everyone can use it like a online platform, or you can download like a Genie. This is one of the application where we can execute it. Okay, now our Turbo C++. There are so many applications where we can where we can use it like a C programming language can be executed. Now I'm going to use it like a C online compiler. I'm going to use it to compile the if statement. So just we can type it in the Google like a C online compiler, then we will get it to so many platforms where we can execute like a C program. Okay, just I have using like a one of the statement, one of the platform where I can execute my C program. So first, how to write a C program is nothing but every C program will start with a header file. So hash include stdio.h. This is like a header file, and later on I will say how we will do it like a int main is a function. Every C program should have a main function. Inside it I am going to just write it if of a 1, just I will write it 1. So then I will write it like a print statement. A print statement, this is what I have written like a hello and has to be terminated with a semicolon, and this is what a simple program I have written for the example of a if. So everyone have a doubt that madam has said that a condition. So what is a condition? I have not written any condition here. So this one itself will indicates like a condition. One itself like a have a condition. Then after that I will write a set of statement like a one of the statement like a by I will write it after that program. Here it will just I will run this program and we will see what will be the output for this one. Okay, say hello boy, it is going to be displayed. If I will make it like a comment, what it has to be happen? See, it only hello was printing. Though I have not applied any condition here, then how can it is going to be executed as a hello? Then coming to this point, if of a 1 will be always true in any programming language. 1 will be always like a comments. If you want to write any comment in the C program, you can make it as a double slash. 1 is always true. One is always true. So I have said it in the syntax, if of a condition. If a condition is true, then only the set of statements will be executed. So this is what I have used like a one. One indicates like a true. In any programming language, one always indicates like a true. So all non-zero values will indicates like a true. So if you want to apply anything like a recording like a condition, we can use it like a one. So it will enter. So what is the thing it is going to be happen is, what is the highlighted now blue? This is what like a block of a if code. So one, if the one is I said like one is a true, so it will evaluate and it will be enter into the if block. And what is the if block it is having is a print statement. Only one statement it was present, so printf hello statement will be executed. So that is what we are getting like a output like a hello. So coming for this one, hash include. Hash include is nothing but it's a header file. It's a header file. Header file. This is a header file, and this is like a main function. Main function, and this is what like a if of a condition, and this was like a print statement. Print statement, and this is what end of the program. End of the program. This is how it will be executed. So this is what the header file and int main function. If of one is always represents like a true. Now I'm going to change it like a zero. So what it will happen if I will change it like a zero? Now see, we will see the output. So output, nothing is going to display on the output. So that is what the meaning of a zero is. Zero always represents like a false. Zero represents like a false. So that is what it is not going to be entered into the if. It is not going to be entered into the if block. So it is not printing like a hello. This is what the difference between a 1 and a 0. 1 is always represents like a true and 0 represents like a false. So this is what I want to show. Like a 1 is, now I will replace like a negative values -2. I said before itself like a non-negative values will always indicates like a true. So then what will be the output for this one? We will see it. This is what that is a hello statement. So it is a true. The condition is true. Then it is going to be entered into the if block. So it is going to get it as a hello for us. Now I will change it and I will write it one more program like a int a is equal to 45. I'm going to write it, and now I am going to apply one of the condition. If a greater than 0, a greater than 0, I'm going to apply like a arithmetic operator, relational operators 0, and I'm going to write it here. I'm going to write it like a by or some welcome to if statement. Welcome to if statement. This is what I am going to write it in the print statement. So this is what. Now check it. What will be the output for this one? What will be the output? So a greater than 0. Now a has to be replaced with the 45. 45. Everyone knows that 45 is greater than 0. So now I will execute. Then it has to come welcome to if statement. This is what how we are going to apply. Now instead of using like a 1 or 0, I have used a condition. I have used a condition. What is a condition? Is a relational condition used. So relational condition. Relational is nothing but a operators will be there in the C programming language. So in the relational operators, greater than symbol will be there. So I have applied one of the condition here. So this is how, if you have any conditions to apply if in a if so in a program, so we can use it like a if. If is nothing but a keyword. Int is also a keyword which is used in the programming language. So a greater than 0. Now we got it. Now I will apply like a 3 plus 5. A expression I'm going to use it. Now a condition I have used, and 1 I have used, and 0 I have used. Now I'm going to use it like a expression. So what it has to evaluate and what it we get it the output. See, what we will get it after evaluation of 4 plus 5 is 9. So 9 is a non-negative 0, that is not equal to 0. So always non-negative values will indicate true. I said that's what I have shown, 1 and 0. So all non-negative values will indicate like a true. Now the evaluation, after evaluation of 4 plus 5, we will get it as a 9. 9 is a non-negative value, non-negative 0, non-negative value, so we will get it like a true. That is what it will enter into the block of a if code, and it will get it whatever we have written, that a print statement is hello if a statement is true or not. So like this we can write it in the conditions. And one more I will tell you. Now I will write it like a 2 into 3. 2 into 3 greater than, no, now I will write it this type of expression in it. So what it has to evaluate now? So what it has to evaluate, 2 into 3 is 6, 6 greater than 10. It was a false. It was a false, because now we can see it. What is the output is nothing will be giving as a output. So it will indicate the condition was false. So it will come out of the program. So nothing was displaying. If I will change that equation to less than 10, if I have changed that expression to less than 10, then what it will happen? So it will enter into the if, and it will print it like a welcome to if statement. This is how we can write it a condition in a if, like a if of a condition. See, I have written 1 as a condition, 0 as a condition, or expression we can write it, or arithmetic or logical operators we can use it like this, and we can make it like a execution of a program. Now I will use it like a greater than 3 greater than 2 greater than 3, 2 greater than 3, and 4 less than 5. So what, first we will see what will be the output for this one. See, nothing was displaying as a output, because 3 greater than 2 greater than 3 is obviously false, and 4 less than 5 is true. So one condition is true and another condition is false, but I am using like a logical operator and here. So what is logical and represents is nothing but both the condition should be true, then only the set of statements will be executed. Here one condition is, here one condition is false. So here one condition is true. 4 greater than 4 less than 5 is true. But 2 greater than 3 is false. So it will never enter into the if statement, if block. So it will be terminated. So what makes to be executed this is nothing but we can make it like a simple change of this one, and we will see the execution of the program. Now it is going to be executed. Why it is going to be executed is nothing but 2 less than 3 is true and 4 less than 5 is true. So what is the operator? What is the operators I have used? It is call it as a logical operator. What is logical and operator will do is nothing but a to both the condition should be true. Both the condition is so everyone will get whether I have applied any condition here, because this is one type of expression and this is one type of expression. So both the expression should be true, then only we will get it like a true. Otherwise, it will be a false statement, false expression. So after evaluating both true plus true, we will get it like a true. So now it is going to be executed. What is the statement? It was present in the if. This type of conditions also we can use it in the if of a condition. So everyone knows that if one is a non true, 0 indicates like a false, and we can use it like in a condition place any expression or arithmetic expression, or we can use it like a relational operators or a logical operators. We can use it in the condition place of a if. So now we will switch on to the if a condition was false, then where we will go it and we'll have that one. This is what the if statement was And next coming to the else part. What is else? What is the else will do in a programming language? Else statement in C is considered just the opposite of a if statement. This statement is used to execute the code if a condition specified in the if statement evaluates to be false. When the statements what are present in the if is not evaluated, then where it has to go is nothing but out of the if block it will go. Then else part is nothing but when a condition when a statement is false, then where it will go is nothing but a else part. Else will indicates always a false. What is else is nothing but a keyword which will indicate like a false statements will be executed in a programming language. This is what the else statement. Then coming for the syntax, how well will use. We'll see the syntax of a else syntax. We will see it. If of a condition, everyone knows now. I have said if of a condition trues only, then it will enter into these statements. So when we'll get it like a condition is true, then it will execute these statements, and else is nothing but if a condition is false. If a condition is false, then it will go into the else part, and what is the statement it was written in the else part, it is going to be executed. This is what the syntax of a else part. Then coming for a start, this is a flowchart of a else statement, if else statement. Start button will be there where we are going to execute our program, and else if of a expression is nothing but a condition also we can true it. If a condition is true, then where it will go is nothing but a statements in a if branch will be executed. If the statement was if a expression was false, then where it will go is nothing but a else statement it will go. And what is the statement we have written in the else part that is going to be executed. This is what the flowchart and have the thing. Here is an example for a if and a else statements. So we have seen how the if works. Now we will see how the else part will work. Now see it in the example like a I have written like a n is equal to 15 and n is less than 20, 15 is less than 20, whether it was true or false. So obviously the condition will be 15 is less than 20, it's a true. So this statement will be executed when the condition is true. Then coming to the any condition is false, where it will go it. See now 15 is greater than 20, it is obviously false. So where it will go? So these statements will not be executed. So it will go to the else part. And what is the else part? We have written the statement that is going to be executed. This was a simple flow of a if else statement. Okay, now when the condition was false, so false means like a else. Else is a keyword where it will have the axis of a false statement. What is the statement we have written there? That statements will be executed. See it one more point is in else there is no condition. Just we have to write it like a else keyword. Should not write any condition here. While you are writing the syntax of a if else statement, so else they don't have any condition. Just only for a if we will write it the condition. There only the compiler will check whether the condition was true or false. If the condition was true, then these statements will be executed. If a statement was false, there where it will go to, it's nothing but a else statement, it will run it. Then we will have the look how it is going to be executed in the hands-on. Just I have written like a for a if we will take it one more and I will show you how it is going to be executed. Int main should be there for any C programming language. And this is what I'm going to write it. Int a is equal to 10. I'm going to take it. And now I'm going to compare whether a was greater than 0, a is less than 0 or not. This is what the condition I have applied here. And I'm going to write it one of the statement in the if, that is what like a welcome to class or room I have written, and it should be terminated. Every statement should be terminated with a semicolon. And I told now it was a else part. Just to write it else keyword. So what are the keywords it is there in the programming, that is going to be highlighted with the blue color. So now I will write it one of the statement in the else, that was like a by. Just I have used it like a by, and it is terminated with the semicolon. This is what a simple program for the if else. So what is the thing I am going to take it is int a is equal to 20. Int a is equal to 12. I have initialized it, and that initialization a is nothing but it's an integer, and I'm going to check it a is less than 0 or greater than 0. This is a comparison. I'm going to check it. A is nothing but a 12. 12 is less than 0. So obviously where it is going to be done is it has to be go to the else part, and what is the else part? It has to be printed. So we will check it, what will be the output. See, this is by the statement. What is the statement? It is there in the else, it is going to be displayed. This is how the if else will be working. See, because the condition here itself it was false, so it is not entering into this block. So where it is going to be entering is the else part. It is going to be entered, and in the else part I have written only one statement, so it is going to be printed, that one. Now I will change it the condition to greater than 0, a greater than 0. Then what will be happening? We will see it through the execution. So welcome to the class means the condition was true. The condition was true, then it is going to be displayed welcome to the class. This is how like a if else statement is going to be working. Now also we can use it like a if of a 0 also. This now I am going to write it what a simple like a if of a 0. So everyone knows 0 is a false. So where it will go, the control will flow to the else part. And what is the else part? I have written the statement is nothing but a one print, simple print statement I have written like a by, that is going to be executed. This is how it is going to be executed like a if else. Now I will change it to the one, what it has to be happen. So 1 indicates like a true, so it will print it what is the statement it was present in the if. This is the present, what is the statement is the welcome to the class, that is going to be presented. Now I will change it to the 12 a plus. Now I will write it a plus 12 is greater than 0. So check it what it has to be evaluated and what will be the output. So welcome to the class. So the condition is true. How the condition is true is nothing but a. A is nothing but a 12. 12 plus 12 is 14. 14 is obviously it will be greater than 0. So where it will go is this statement will be executed. That is a print statement what is written in the curly braces, that is going to be executed. This is how it will be executed like a else. Now I will change it to some other one like a not equal to 0. We will see it not equal to 0 statement, how it is going to be executed. So welcome to class. That was a true statement because 12 plus 12 is 24. That is not equal to 0. So the condition is true. So it will go into the if block. So now I am going to change that condition. A plus 12 is equal to 0. I am going to be compare that value with the 0. So if it is true, it has to print it welcome to class. Otherwise, it has to print it like a by. So what it will print it is a by, because 12 plus 12 is never be equal to 0. So the condition here itself was a false. The condition was false here. So where it will go is nothing but a else part. In the else part I have written like a printf, that was a by, so that is going to be displayed as a output. This is how the else part is will be working. If a condition is true, where it will go? It will go into the if statement. It will never enter into the else part. If a condition is false only, then the control flow will come to the else part, and in the else part what are the statements we have written, that is going to be displayed. This is what the example for a simple example of a if else statements. And then coming to the next slide. Next one is like a branching statement is nothing but a else if statement. Else if statement. Else if statement in C is used to take a check multiple conditions. It allows an if statement and is executed if the previous if statement condition is false. Coming here, if else if statement, else if statement is used in a programming language is nothing but if you want to compare more than one condition, how can we write it? How can we write it? How can we use it? Is nothing but a else if statement is useful for us. If you want to check it like a more than one condition or two conditions or like a 10 condition I want to check it, then how can we do it? Is nothing but with the help of a else if statement. The syntax will be similar to the how it is going to be happen in the if else. So what is the syntax for a else if? Else if syntax is nothing but a if of a condition. So first condition, I'm saying if you have like a more than one condition, how can we write the syntax of a else if? If of a condition 1, then set of statements will be there, and again we have to write it like a else if and condition 2. If you have the more than two condition, then we have to compare the condition 1 some statements, and in condition 2 some statement should be executed. Then how can we write it? Is nothing but with the help of a else if statement. So if of a condition 1, if a condition is true, then it will be executed in the condition 1. Else if of a condition, so there we are going to apply one more condition, that is like a else if. Else if is nothing but a keyword where we are going to check it one more condition. Then if a first condition is false, then where it will go is nothing but a else if condition. It will go and it will check the second condition. If the second condition is true, then it is going to be executed there itself. And after that we can write it like a else part. If the both the condition, if above two conditions are false, then it will go and have executed in the else part statements. If the above two conditions are false, then I will write it else part, and else part what are the statements it was present in the else that is going to be executed. So this is what like a syntax of a else if of a condition and else if of a condition, and we can write it like a else part also here. This is a flow of a else if statement. So first expression 1. So if you have one condition, we can check it with the help of a single if else. If you have more than one condition, then how can we do it? Is this was a ladder if else or something else. So like a if of a expression 1 and else if another condition, and here one more condition, like this we are going to be check n number of conditions. So everyone knows if of a condition 1 is true, then these statements is going to be executed. If a condition is false, then these statements will be executed. The flow and else if expression was false, then it will go to the else part, and what are the statement we have written in the else part that is going to be executed. So next we will see it how that flow of a control will be done with the help of a simple example in the C. How we will write it. So now I am going to check it like a more than one. So more than one condition I have to write it with the help of a else if. So if of a, I have to write it to one condition. If of a is less than 0, one condition I am writing like a if of a 0. If a is less than 0, in the statement I am going to write it like a welcome. Next, I am writing else if of a condition, I am going to write it. A greater than 0, I am going to write it. This is what the statement I am going to write it is. Printf condition 2 statements will be present. This is what the statement I have written. And again, we will write it like a else. And in the else, I will write it like a printf. Just I am going to say bye to the friends. So this is what the simple flow of a if else. So if of a condition I have written, and else if of a condition I have written one more condition, I have to check the two conditions. After that, if the above two conditions are false, then it will go to the else part. This is what this one. Then we will run it simply and we will check it what will be the output. Before going to the execution, what will be the output, we will see it. So a less than 0, 12 is less than 0, 12 is less than 0, false. Obviously, 12 is less than 0, it was false. So, where it will go? Else if a greater than 0, and check the condition. Check the condition 12 greater than 0. That was true. And what is the statement we have written in the else if that is going to be executed? And a printf condition 2 statement will be printed, that we has to be printed, that will be the output. So, we will check it once that was the output or not. See, this is what the output for this one. So int a is 12. So first condition, one condition was false. So it will never enter into the welcome part. So again, where it will go to the, everyone knows that a false, if a condition is false, where it will go? Else part. So else, in the else again, I am going to check it one more condition, that is a greater than 0. So a greater than 0, it was true. So where it will go? What is the statement I have written in the else if that is going to be executed? That is condition 2 statement will be present. That is the statement what I have written in the else if that is going to be executed. So this is how the flow of a if else will be done. So we will see it one more example. I am going to change it to some other extent, like whether it was going to be 11, whether it was 11 or not. Just I'm going to change that condition. If a equal to 11, so it is obviously false, where it will go to the else part. A less than 0, it is also false. So where it will go to the else part and it has to print it by to friends. So we will check it whether that is going to be printed or not. So by to the friends, it is going to be displayed, because first condition itself it was false, and coming to the second condition is also false. So where it will go? Obviously it will go to the else part and it is going to be displayed like a by to the friends. This is how the flow of execution to the if else part, if else statements in the C programming language. This is that example of a hands-on example of a if else statement. This is where I have taken these references. And if you have any doubts regarding this content, you can post it to that queries using this link. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.